Okay, so I get a lot of questions, people asking me how to clean the glass on their gas fireplace. So I'm going to show you how to clean your glass on your gas fireplace. So what you want to first do is find the release mechanisms that take the glass off. In most cases, it's some sort of levers. This is an older fireplace, whereas most of the levers are below, but it doesn't matter, above, below, and a lot of times they're covered by the coverings here, but I just took those off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this off. So I'm just going to lift this up, and that releases that one, and I'm going to go over here and do the same thing with this one here too. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring them down a little bit. So now that glass is no longer secure. So I'm just going to pull this glass off. I'm going to bring it over to my ground sheet. You can use any type of ground sheet if you want. So it's important to put the face of the glass down so that the part of the glass that was covering the logs and stuff is open to you. This is the side that you really want to focus on cleaning. But this side here is usually the side that gets really dirty. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is put my fireplace gas cleaner on here. So this is the recommended gas fireplace cleaner that I use, that most heating companies will use too. We sell this stuff too, so if you ever wanted a bottle of it, you can just let us know. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to shake it up a little bit, and I'm going to pour it on the glass. So as you see, how I'm going to pour it on, I'm not going to just dump it on. I'm going to kind of streak it out, and then I'm going to, smear it around. But you don't want to dump a lot of it on there. So I'm just going to put that on. There we go. I'm just going to stream it out. And come back a bit. Okay, so that's more than enough right there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some paper towel. You don't need a lot of paper towel, just a little bit. I'm going to bundle it up there. And I'm just going to smear it around so that the whole glass is covered. Ideally, they tell you, and the manufacturers tell you that it's best to put this stuff on when your fireplace has been off for a while. I personally find that it goes on a lot smoother and a lot more nicer if you at least have the pilot light on for about 24 hours before you decide to clean your glass. It helps. It helps, I find, dry out better. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to let that sit for about 5 minutes, because what we want now to happen is we want that to dry. So we're going to let that sit for a bit. What I'm going to do now, I've had it drying there for about 10 minutes. There's still a little bit of stuff here that's still tacky and wet. But that's okay, I can work around that. And as you can see, it kind of looks like it's like a bit of a wax. I don't know if you can zoom in there and just take a look at that. So what I'm going to do now is what you guys are going to want to do too is just take a piece of paper towel, and you're just going to want to just kind of start going around in circular motions. It doesn't matter which way you go, I just prefer to go the left way. And you can see as it peels off, it's taking the dirt with it. But when you hit the wet spots, it just smears it around again, but that's okay, I can work around that. So you're just going to want to do this. You'll notice a lot too if it's if you have a really dirty glass, because it'll start turning black and your paper towel will be black. You might have to go through a little bit of paper towel for this, not a lot, but that's why I always rip them off in pieces. And again, it helps out if it's completely dry. That's why I like it when there's a little bit of heat to the glass, because that heat will actually dry it more effectively, I find, versus when you have your glass is just cold. You're gonna be sitting there forever trying to get it off. One thing I would tell people to do though is don't use like a Windex on your glass. I've seen that before where people have used Windex, and all you're gonna do is you're just gonna cause like streaks, like it's just gonna look like a big rainbow at the end of it because it's not designed for the high heat temperature. It's almost like polishing, I don't know, brass or a pair of army boots, I guess. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to turn my vacuum on real quick. I'm just going to vacuum up some of the loose particles, and that's what I would recommend people to do too. Is go get use a little shop vac. I'm sure most people have shop vacs at home. Just get a little shop vac, and that will assist you in cleaning your fireplace. So I'm going to put this on. I'm going to use a little paint brush too, and I'm just going to turn that on right now. So all I'm doing right now is just making sure there's no carbon monoxide leaking. As you can see, there's 0 there. The last thing you want to see is after putting your fireplace back together again, it's carbon monoxide. That means you may have not put the glass back on right, so it's important to do that. But as you can see, we've cleaned the glass, and this is what anybody can do. And I've put everything back together again, and you can see the fireplace glass as clean as possible now.